Good morning. Story time with Sam, 6 out of 12, June 22. How are we halfway through the year already? So, the 6th of 12 snippets into the life of a small accountancy practice owner. What did June 22 bring? Well, it is World Social Media Day today, so I think it would be wrong of me not to focus on the wonderful world of social media. My summary of social media is that it is a dopamine-driven hole that we didn't know we needed, but we now cannot live without. That sounds a bit negative. It's World Social Media Day. I will keep this video as positive as possible, but I must admit I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I always have had, and I'm sure that is the case for many people. So I didn't join social media until quite a long time after my friendship group. Social became a big element of a lot of people's lives, probably the last couple of years of high school for me. There's a few reasons that I didn't join straight away, but eventually I did give in and started using Instagram and Facebook. But when I started the business in 2019, there was only ever going to be one way that I went for advertising purposes, and that was social media. I think if it hadn't been for the pandemic, I no doubt would have focused more time and energy on face-to-face marketing. But at the end of the day, we were hit with lockdown. I was ready to get more business, so I did what I had to do. And I chose to do a series. A lot of my followers will know, during 2021, I posted on LinkedIn a certain subject matter Monday to Friday for 52 weeks of the year. I managed to do it, so posted every day, Monday to Friday, at least once a day, stuck to the series for 52 weeks. It was worth it, but it wasn't easy. So probably not surprisingly, the part of the series that gained the most attention was Tax Tip Tuesday, which was always my aim. That gained the majority of my current following on LinkedIn. It won me a lot of business, and it did pay for itself in the time and effort versus the return. I did track that. I made sure that it was working for me. I was never going to give it up even if it didn't work, because I committed to posting the 52 videos, but it did work. I can honestly say that it gained me enough clients definitely to pay for itself and some. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. But was it easy? No, it wasn't. It took commitment, consistency and determination, and at times I could have easily sacked it off, but I didn't. I overcame those times. I think you have to get yourself ready for the fact that there will always be some odd people on social media. There will be some unsupportive people online. You will receive negative comments. You'll probably receive some DMs that you don't want. That's all part of it, and you just need to remember that for every one of those negative things that happens, there will be plenty of amazing people, connections, clients that you're gaining, and ultimately friends and a community as well. And I need to talk about that a little bit in terms of, yes, I did gain many clients and still do gain clients from social media, but also I feel like I've created a community around me, and I've made some friends that I will now have as friends for life. Absolutely guaranteed. A lot of my videos were made at the end of very long days. I didn't have any fancy equipment, still don't. You can probably see a bit of flickering of the lights going on here, and the sound quality is probably not the best. But my content still works for my business, and it works wonders. And I think it's important to make a point of that, because I have spoke to a few people in accountancy that have reached out to me for advice, who have kind of said, you know, I'm still working from home, I don't have the amazing background, I don't have the microphones, the webcams, neither do I, never have had. I'm not saying there's not a place for that. There are some accountants out there doing videos with very professional setups with amazing tech, and don't get me wrong, their videos are absolutely, you know, they're brilliant. But my point is, just get started. Don't worry if you don't have the perfect ring light, the perfect background. People are not buying off you as an accountant because you've got the most amazingly set up videos. If video content and social media is the way that you're going to advertise your business, just go for it. Don't worry about any of that. I hit Facebook quite hard during lockdown. I focused on my target audience. I helped local businesses to understand the government schemes, and I gained a lot of clients from that. At the end of the day, I saw an opportunity and I grasped it with both hands. Two sides to that. I obviously wanted to help those people, irrespective of whether they became clients or not. that was me kind of being able to give something back. But also on the back end of that, of course, it gained me a lot of business, and that business have then, they've then recommended me on to more local trade, which was perfect for me because that was the first area that I did want to capture, the local trade. I wanted to portray myself as the friendly local accountant. That's what I did, and it worked. So on to my tips for anybody that's intending to use social media to grow a business. Aim to be real. People buy from people. That's a real cliche that we all hear often now, but it's very true. There's no point pretending to be something that you're not. And in that I mean, if you are a small business and you want to keep it relatively small, and you're looking to get that local feel to your business and gain that local trade and really handhold your clients, don't pretend to be a massive business from day one and try and get that perfect setup of all the tech and portray yourself as being 100% professional all of the time, if that's not the person that they're then going to come in and meet when they come for that initial meeting. Be real, just be yourself, and the right clients, the right customers will come to you. Second tip, be prepared to take the rough with the smooth. It's not an easy game. It can sometimes take a long time to gain the following. Just stick with it, just push through. You have to take the rough with the smooth on social media. Not only do you have to be prepared to receive comments that are not very nice, as an example, but you also have to be prepared for putting a lot of time and effort into one simple 5-minute video to then get very few likes on it, which brings me on to tip number 3. Don't focus too heavily on interaction stats. So by this I mean focus on the work gained versus the time that you've spent on social media. If you are gaining enough work to justify the time that you are spending on social media, that's what you need to concentrate on, and that means that you are winning in this game. If you sit there and focus on how many likes, how many comments, how many followers, you will obsess about that. In my experience, it doesn't matter. I can honestly say that some of my lowest volume of attention Tax Tip Tuesday videos actually got me the most clients. There's one in particular that I can think of that gained me a few clients that were looking for help with capital gains tax. Now, the actual Tax Tip Tuesday video didn't do amazingly well in terms of the reactions that it got over the platforms that I posted it on. But that video alone brought me a handful of clients because it captured a certain area of the market. They didn't necessarily all comment and like the video, but they got in touch with me and subsequently became clients. So don't focus too heavily and don't get disheartened on, oh, that video only got a few likes. If you gained a client from making a video, then it worked, and that's all you need to concentrate on. And then finally, this is a tip that I picked up from somewhere else. I wish I could remember where, but I can't. It's better to do one platform well rather than many platforms badly. When I first set out, I created my business page on all of the social media platforms, and before I knew that I was going to do the series in 2021, I was kind of trying to spread myself too thinly amongst the platforms. And what I've learned, and when I heard this tip, I really took it on board, is that you are a lot better off focusing on one platform. Hit that platform, hit it hard, and focus on your target audience within that platform. Obviously, you're better off to hit the platform where most of your target audience will be, and drill down on that platform. Spend your time looking at the algorithms, working out, what works. It's not necessarily the case that what works on one platform will then work on another. And in my opinion, you are better off focusing all of your time and energy into one platform for a period of time. When you consider that you've succeeded on that platform, when you've gained the following and ultimately gained customers from it, then move on to the next platform rather than just recycling content. Maybe adapt it slightly to see what works for the algorithms and to reach the people that you want to reach on the next platform. Hope that makes sense. And that's all from me today for World Social Media Day. Have a good one, and I will see you all again in July.